good afternoon, good day, wherever you are in the world joining us. We welcome you today. I'm Charlene. It's so nice to see you. Hi, all these wonderful, bouncy, happy, smiley faces. Tell me where you're joining us from today. I see faces that I know. Hi, Lori. Good morning. How are you? How's everything in Wisconsin? Oh, sending my love to you from Florida. I hope you're doing great. Tell me where you're joining us from. Drop it in the chat if you're able to. It's always good to connect a face and a name. The way the bowls work, it's all about the connection of community as well. And the bowls actually begin to vibrate and buzz and become more enlivened based on what's going on in your biofield. So being able to connect with them more clearly and creates more resonance with the bowls I've found. It's fascinating. Hi, Serkan. Nice to see you. How's everything in your neck of the woods? Serkan joins us from Istanbul. It's an interesting morning sitting in front of the bowls. I'll tell you about it in a second. Hi, Neil. You're from the Bay Area. Good morning. Good morning. Which Bay Area? California? I'm assuming California. I'm sure there's many other Bay Areas in the world as well. I didn't want to just make that very specific assumption. One of my dearest friends just moved up into your area. I think she's in Redwood City. Yeah. Interesting stuff coming through today in the bowls. We'll talk about that in a second. Good morning, Yvonne. Nice to see you. How have you been? Oh, it's good to see you. I hope all is well. Hey, Ashan from Toronto. It's good to see you too. Are you getting some chilly weather going up there now? If you need a break, come to Florida. Hi, Sue from Devon in the UK. Nice to see you, Sue. We're so glad you're here. We have some friends who I believe are your neighbors, actually. Oh, Serkan, you're in San Francisco right now. Good to see the Bay Area getting represented. No, you're Istanbul. Oh, you were talking about, okay, yeah, Bay Area, thank you. Got a little discombobulation going on in my head, which I'm kind of excited to share with you because of the energy going on in the sky, because I'm listening to it and the bowls and trying to connect with you, so forgive me for not being as totally on top of that as I feel like I could be. In fact, let the bowls sit here for a second. I think I saw Neil come through. Neil, Lori. Yeah, okay, yeah, it is Bay Area. Good, thank you. Lori, yeah, it's cooler today and sunshine. Nice, leaves changing. Happy to be able to join today. We're happy you are here as well. And we send you love. Oh, Yvonne, oh, it's good to be here. Good. Ashan, yeah, it's getting pretty cold here, but still much warmer than my cold heart. Well, today might be a perfect day for you because there is a lot of heat happening in the sky. Though I seriously doubt you have a cold heart. But I love your laughy emoji. That's funny. You know, if we can't make light of ourselves, what can we do, right? I think sometimes levity brings, levity brings a fluidity of movement, a fluidity of motion, a fluidity of energy. And sometimes when we get stuck, that laughter is what can reignite, bring us back into whatever flow that we can be in, then to go into our next series of flows. It's like removing the leaves out of a little stream, undamming that to allow the water to flow, and then it flows back into the bigger cycle, or it goes off into another tangent and keeps doing its thing. So laughter is very, very important. So good for you. Good for you. Sue, you have bowl envy. That's so funny. I feel so blessed to be with these bowls. That's actually the next big thing that we're working on, is actually being able to bring sets to you. So if that's something that you want to connect with. The bowls that we work with, they're chromatically tuned, and you can't really find those online. So we're actually working with a supplier to create our own series with specific carvings in them. And the carvings also will begin to resonate and activate different levels of energy, and breaking them down so that if that's something that you want to start playing with, You'll be able to play with a series that connects to joy. You'll be able to play with a series that connects to groundedness, a series that connects to love. And ultimately, then, if you wanted, you actually could wind up with all 13 yourself as well. So I'm super excited about that. The process gotten slowed down just a little bit with the release of this last album and some of the award stuff that is going on right now. So, but yeah, the bowls are really, really special, and they having this combination of tonality brings out different resonances available to us. So it's so cool to be here. So that's so cute how you said bowl envy. I love it. Good morning, Trevor. Nice to see you. Hope all of our Nashvilleian friends are good. Hey, Jane with a Y. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hi, City Rich Rising. Such a great greeting. Thank you for bringing such beauty with every time you join with your wonderful expression. Yes, Sirkin, I'm from the Tampa Bay area. So there's many bays everywhere. And I was also for some reason thinking about Australia as well when we were chatting with Neil earlier. So hi, Julia. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for your kind words. I'm glad to see you too. Thanks for being here. I was just listening to your latest album. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, we're really excited about it. It's the feedback that we're getting has been really uplifting to my heart. You know, the point of the album started from a place of self-healing, and so when we can take the opportunity to share something that has been affecting in a positive way to others, and it affects them positively too, it makes that art that much more, I think, sweet. So thanks for saying that, Julie. I appreciate it. Sue. Sean, you have a ukulele, similar. It's very similar to guitar. Yep, a little smaller, fewer strings. Yep. Wow, you guys. So, Dorothy, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for enjoying the album, for sharing that. That means the world. And over too, we have Sorcerer Supreme joining us today on YouTube as well. Y'all know that we stream instantaneously, obviously because it's live, but we also stream simultaneously. See my brain, it's Friday brain. It's Friday, isn't it? Okay. On YouTube as well, Insight Timer and YouTube. So we're so glad that you're joining us. You're joining us from Belfast, Ireland. It's good to see you. Good afternoon. I hope you've had a great morning so far. Well, if this is your first time joining us, let me tell you a little bit about what's in front of you and what to expect in our time together. And the only reason I'm not playing the bowls right now is because they are very talkative today. They have a lot of micro resonances that are happening whenever I touch them. So I'm just going to give them a second so I can actually be present with you. So these are 13 chromatically tuned crystal singing bowls. The crystal singing bowls are made out of over 99% quartz crystal, which means they're highly conductive of energy, of electricity. You're electric, I'm electric. The world is made out of electricity. So your voltage that you're giving off today, high, low, medium, wherever, we can feel. The bowls feel. Everybody feels. When you walk into a room and somebody's like, ooh, good vibe, or ooh. It's a function of your biofield. It's what's going on in your electrical system. So as a group, we collectively tap into that whilst listening to and understanding the influences that are happening in the world around us. And for that, we tap directly into the transits of the planet and the other of all the celestial bodies within the sky. So the bowls in front of you, just think of them as like all the black and white notes on a piano from one octave to the next. And we get to fill in all of the intervallic relationships between each of the notes. And each interval works a little differently as to how it will affect your electrical system. Now, depending on the flow of your electrical system, one interval will affect your body in a certain way, and that same interval will affect someone else's body in a slightly different way. The effect is the same in that it moves us towards flow. And that's the ultimate goal. It's always about flow. How we get there doesn't really matter. There's many ways to climb the mountain. The point is just to get to the top so we can summit the next peak. So today in the sky, what's happening? The moon right now, as it's squaring off, we think about it squaring, kind of like you're getting into a boxer or a fighting stance, squaring off with Mars. And as you know, Mars, the red planet, It is known for the archetype of ferocity, right? And we think of Mars, the bringer of war. Mars is a very diverse planet. It has a very diverse archetypal energy and element that it brings to our lives because it ranges everything from war to healing. It covers all of these bases. It's a very black and white planet in that sense, energetically. But whenever the moon, so this soft, beautiful, feminine, our inner world is squaring off, preparing to fight with, it's not actually fighting, but it has that energy against Mars. What it begins to bring out is this real quick, like fierce dynamicism of desiring to manifest things very quickly and very, it's a very fast and direct kind of movement. So bringing everything inside out really quickly. So you might notice that today you have been leaning towards, or might start leaning towards even now, a little bit more confrontation. You have a little less patience when it comes to people that you perceive are not keeping up with you. That's always my challenge. And so that's really going to be exacerbated today. Like that fire in your belly is really coming out. Now fire's a beautiful element. You know, everything in the universe around us consists of just 5 elements. And if we miss one of those 5, existence stops. So existence is this perfect balance between our 5 elements. Fire being one of the, it's the one that creates upward upward movement, motion. It's interesting too, even see how like my speech is very, very pointed and very staccato kind of happening that's coming out. My brain is kind of firing at all these cylinders. It's a great example. Glad I can be an example of that energy that's really happening strongly in the sky today. So fire is not necessarily a bad thing at all. In fact, we need it. If you think about when fire comes into a living environment, it can be very frightening. We perceive it as very detrimental because it is a destructive. It can burn through elements. But then at the same time, it's also very constructive because even as it burns through foliage and trees and flora and fauna, it actually then begins to ignite the soil, bringing in new life, new fertilization to allow life to become more possible again at a brighter level. So the fire is a clearing element that whenever it's tapped into in a balanced fashion, it actually is quite effective, quite helpful. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to tap into this fire that's in the sky, and we're going to bring it into more focus and more balance. Interesting. So the bowls, yeah, let's see what happens. The bowls are very It's interesting. So if this is your first time joining us, so usually the bowls are just like, this is where we're going to go. This is the direction that we're headed. And right now they're just like, I like it. All right, let's do this. So, fire. Fire will often bring the truth of the situation, because in fire, when we're confronted with fire, we tend to react from one of two perspectives. We react from a place of fear, or we react from a place of, oh, cool, I know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to make food. I'm going to roast marshmallows. I'm going to get warm. So it's a very specific place in which fire can frequently move in our space. And fear understand with our thinking mind in that moment, but we're moving in a place of balance. There we go. There we go. So there's this beautiful, beautiful writing that comes from one of the Vedas. I just wanted to share with you today. And it's a bit of a prayer. This might be a good prayer to evoke, to begin, especially when dealing with fire. May the atmosphere we breathe fearlessness into us. Fearlessness on earth and fearlessness in heaven. May fearlessness guard us behind and before. May fearlessness surround us above and below. May we be without fear, a friend and foe. May we be without fear by night and by day. Let all the world be my friend. You see, that's very much the mindset of a warrior. There's a balance between understanding, and I don't mean a fighter. There's a difference between someone who fights and someone who embodies that mindset, the understanding, the totality of being a warrior. For a warrior understands balance. Warriors live by the code. If you want peace, prepare for war. They're prepared for both. They live in both simultaneously. There we go. Good. Just one of the reasons why today I thought the warrior reminder would be helpful when it comes to igniting, enlivening, and directing this potent fire element. So let's begin. There we go. Let's begin by taking a deep breath in and just letting it go, sighing it out audibly. Good. Take another deep breath in. Just let it go. Hear that sound. Listen to the sound of what your breath sounds like as it leaves. Listen to the sound of your breath as it enters your space. Then let it go. Listen to the difference whenever you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Now listen to the difference when you inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Just be a witness right now with your breath. Lengthen your exhale. breath rate. You're creating stability within your space. Practice, I invite you now to begin to ground. If you don't have a normal grounding practice, perhaps you might like to try this. Think, imagine, or feel a golden cord of light that descends from the base of your spine all the way down into the center of the planet, rooting into the earth, wrapping itself into the core of Mother Earth. Feeling this rooted, connected energy that's driving, it's pulling down at the same time you're lifting up. Beautiful. This grounding cord is set to be in present time, right here, right now, with you. Whenever your present time is, as you're experiencing this moment, right now. Today, anything you're ready to let go of, you can just gently direct down your grounding cord. That energy will dissolve into the center of the earth. Your mother will take it and repurpose it as it need be. It's your seat of knowingness. This is a very subtle, non-dense, quiet, extremely powerful place in which you can find yourself. But it takes a surrender to allow yourself to fully connect to this deep potential, to this deep wholeness, this knowingness of who you are. Just gently allow your attention to float into the center point of your head. Almost as though you have chills running up your spine. Beautiful. this point here in the center of your head, think, imagine, or feel a single flame. Watch the flame flicker and dance. Represents an aspect of your knowingness that on a deep level you are ready to connect with. It's a fire of knowledge. As you witness this flame, set the intention that this knowledge is exactly what you need in this moment. And as you do, you feel a peace descend throughout your entire body, a connection, a soft, gentle embrace. You know you're touching the aspect of the divine that's within you. What is this flame telling you? Begin to think, imagine, or feel that you are receiving this information from this flame of insight. Sending a gentle wave of gratitude, good, upwards towards this flame, allowing it to shift and move now anywhere in your body that you feel would be of benefit to you. Now gently allowing this flame, seeing this flame begin to descend in your body and landing in your solar plexus, your diaphragm area. Good. This is your third chakra, your Manipura. passion, things that ignite within the system. Imagine or feel a fire, a flame of fire, yellow. Just begin to bring that into your third chakra. Yellow colors. Sense the balance that's happening right now, that's flowing in your third chakra. Good. Releasing everything that is causing any sort of distortion in this area in your body. You can release it down your grounding cord or whatever your grounding practice is. Returning to that balanced flow. You see, when we take the understanding, when we take this understanding, this gentle, subtle knowingness, we can use that to direct any and everything. This is the knowledge, the wisdom, the connection of how to move, of how to manifest in the world. So what is it now that you would like to bring forward and use your fire to ignite in a balanced and perfect, real way? Think, imagine, or feel that in front of you. Let's call that your miracle. What is your miracle for today? It may be a long-term miracle. It may be an immediate miracle. It may be a long-term healing. It may be an acute letting that fire begin to ignite, flow through, burn off any dross, anything that doesn't serve, any blemishes or anything that is stuck in that miracle in front of you. The cleansing flame. That fire with a little bit of your own gasoline or kerosene. And that is your intention. An emotional connection to the feeling of what it is that you are experiencing right now as that miracle has already happened. I could say what it'll feel like once it gets here. But let's claim that we're living right now in this moment. The miracle's already happened, right? Every miracle exists in the now. We just have the opportunity to get out of our way to bring forth that miracle. So what does it feel like now that your miracle has happened? being here, right now. Breathing in, taking in that emotion of happiness, of joy. Bathing in the fullness of the arrival of your miracle. It's right here. It's already happened. Taking a deep breath in and holding. And letting it go. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And with a big thank you, allowing that flame, that flaming miracle to ascend out into the ethos, the ether, wherever it needs to go. Knowing the manifestation is already here and now, everything in its perfect time. Releasing any residual heaviness that as you come back into your space you may feel. Letting go of all of that. It doesn't serve you right now. It doesn't serve you anymore. Ground all of that out. Anything that pulls you off, that keeps you off or takes you off of that beautiful connected bliss. Now thinking, imagining, or feeling a beautiful golden, sparkling, shimmering gossamer color flowing and merging, filling your entire space, your physical space, your energetic space, filling yourself with gold. Gold is a spiritual fire, like the gold of the sun. It's active. It's upward moving. It's a masculine energy to be able to direct energy forward or downwards, left or right, in a way that brings us balance and peace, and others joy and connection. Take a deep breath in and hold. Good. Exhale it out. Take another deep breath in, hold. Exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. Now begin, as you're holding your breath, shift your attention down to your first chakra, the base of your spine. This is your Muladhara chakra. Think, imagine, or feel a brilliant red. You pick your red. This is a place of groundedness, alignment, rootedness. And today, let's begin to stitch in the intentions of flexibility, transformation, coherence, stability, flexibility, transformation, coherence, and stability. Shifting your attention up to your second chakra, around your navel, your belly button. Bringing in a vibrant orange. Stitching in the intentions of purity, nourishment, charm, and merging. Purity, nourishment, charm, merging. Floating your attention now upward towards your third chakra, our Manipura. Bringing in a vibrant yellow. Any yellow that serves you. Stitching in the intentions of desire, will, intention, and destiny. Desire, will, intention, destiny. One more time. Desire, will, intention, destiny. Allowing your attention now to float towards your heart, your fourth chakra, your Anahata chakra. harmony, laughter, love. Drifting your attention now towards the area of your throat, the 5th chakra, the Vishuddha chakra, bringing in a brilliant sky blue, a medium blue, bright, clear topaz. And as we affirm the intention of creativity, affluence, abundance, and discernment, creativity, affluence, abundance, and discernment. Creativity, affluence, abundance, discernment. Bringing your attention now back towards the ajna, or the 6th chakra, the 3rd eye. You feel it in the center of your head, bringing in an indigo, a dark, deep, rich, purpley blue, like the color of space or a midnight sky. Affirming here integration, truth, unboundedness, knowingness, integration, truth, unboundedness, knowingness, integration, truth, unboundedness, knowingness. Letting your attention now rise all the way to your crown chakra, your 7th chakra. Connecting with the ideas of infinity, immortality, holiness, enlightenment, infinity, immortality, holiness, enlightenment, infinity, immortality, holiness, enlightenment, gentle breath in, and in your own time release. In your own time, begin to shift, move, wiggle your fingers, your toes, and your nose. You may feel some crack shifts, pops. Gently coming back into this space, to the here and now. May the atmosphere we breathe fearlessness into us. Fearlessness on earth and fearlessness in heaven. May fearlessness guard us behind and before. May fearlessness surround us above and below. May we be without fear of friend and foe. May we be without fear by night and by day. Let all the world be my friend. How are you feeling? How are you feeling today? So I think perhaps maybe we should do this. Begin to, if it's comfortable for you, I invite you, let's get a little bit more re-energized again, coming back into our physical space, bringing in some of this subtle energy that we've just created out in front of us in our energy and subtle bodies. Let's begin to rub your hands together as quickly as you can. We're going to do this for about 30 seconds. I'm actually going to time us. Oh, just rub, get as much heat going. You'll feel it as friction. Sometimes you get so much heat it actually becomes cold. Just keep going. We're almost halfway there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. This is good, this is good, this is good. Yeah. Got another 10 seconds of this. It'll make your arms tired. You gotta train to rub your hands together, rub your palms together. What you're doing is you're creating energy that now we're going to bring and actually place your hands cupping over our eyes like this. And inhale in as you bring the energy floating. You'll actually feel it floating into your eyes, into your physical system. See how I'm kind of cupping here? Beautiful. And you can soak in this energy for as long or as short as you want, depending on your current level of energy in your physical system. This is very helpful to do when you're waking up, if you're waking up from a night's sleep, whether it was a good night's sleep or not so good, waking up from a nap, coming back from meditation, and you need to create a focused flow to come back into the world. It's a great way to do that. If you really want to get into it, do this, rub your hands for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Bring in a ton of energy and you'll really feel it. That's just a good little sample for right now to help bring us back into a connected centeredness. There's a lot of sparks happening in the environment today, in the sky today, in the air today around us. Lots of little things that flick off. And they can distort our focus. They can shift our attention outward from where it actually needs to be. When we can stay in this connected centeredness, whilst we see the flicks, just like you do see the flames jumping and skipping off of a beautiful bonfire, the essence of the bonfire is never lost. And that's where we need to focus. So today I encourage you to stay as focused as you can in your flame, in your center. You are that bonfire. And yes, there may be things flicking off of you. There also may be things flicking towards you from other people's bonfires. But their flame does not affect yours. So bringing together in this connection will help you move through the rest of your day, however long or short it is, from a place of connection, from a place of centered truth. So that was really interesting today. Woo! How do y'all feel? Well, while you're sharing that, let me tell you a little bit about what the bowls were showing is that very much they demanded attention at the very beginning, and not from an angsty toddler kind of way, but from you're going to focus and you're going to listen here, and there's going to be this and that and this, and there was a lot of that popping energy. It sounded a lot, actually, like the crackle of a fire. It sounded like the wood crackling in a fire. It was fascinating to listen to. And it wasn't necessarily the sound that was making that crackling. It was almost like the energy that's sitting right above, which would make sense. I mean, that's where a lot of the times we see those flicks happening off of a beautiful campfire or a bonfire. So then we really, the bowls really wanted to take us to this point of intuition, of knowingness. You see, you have to know what to do with fire in order for it to be effective, right? We have to know, oh, I could make it, I could boil an egg, I could cook an egg. I mean, who's the first person that cooked an egg? But yet it becomes effective. There's a knowingness that once that knowingness is turned on, it's an intelligence. It's intelligence beyond an intellect. Intellect can be learned. Intelligence is something that is just within us. It's who we are at our core. You just know. That's what we were really strongly connecting to. And we were doing that. It was interesting. This note is an A. And how it was connecting with this note that's an E, for all my musician friends out there, was actually acting as the fourth. So we were actually centered in the tonality of A, which is we were connecting into this centered knowingness. And even when we went to connect then into that fire, remember we started in the sixth and then we moved down to the third. To ignite the fire, we really stayed, tonality-wise, in A. When I would try to move into E to see if that would establish a groundedness, the bowls resonated in such a way that there was not a complete vibrational harmony between the two, this fifth here between the E and the B, which normally, if you're in the key of E, you would expect the exact, you expect that flowingness. It acted almost like, my musician friends out here, it almost like a second, which is what it would be in the key of A. And it was interesting to watch those vibrations. What that means is there is this really, really strong connection to intuition, of knowing how to channel the flame. So that's really what we were really but we were strongly connecting with today. And that's why I'm encouraging you of really being able to be in that focus center point of connection with your flame. This is your power. This is the expression out into the world. But you got to know what to do with it. So those were the primary messages of the bowls. So I hope that's helpful in some way. So, Ashan, I'm glad you're excited about the album. That's so great. And I like your question. Are these singing bowls equivalent to using a helicopter to getting to the top of the mountain like we were talking about at the beginning? Yeah, it's interesting. I think the answer is always yes, no, and maybe, because it's completely dependent upon you. It's completely dependent upon your intention, and it's completely dependent upon how you, at a deep core level, are desirous of manifesting your miracle, whatever that miracle is. And remember, everything in life is a miracle. We just sometimes forget to see it that way. The good stuff and the bad stuff. It's actually always miraculous. The sheer fact that we are here is a miracle. So the bowls can help us propel in that direction, absolutely. Sometimes they absolutely can take us to the top of whatever summit we are mounting in that particular moment. But sometimes, too, they're just like a gentle, push. Have you ever been really tired and, I have to go up these 10 flights of stairs, and you got somebody, a loved one behind you, and just at the end, they just give you a little kind of push on your tuchus or your low back or over your shoulders or whatever, and it's just, kind of help you get up over those last little bit. Sometimes the bowls can do that, too. So it really depends on you and what's going on. I will say, from my observation and personal experience, the greatest strides we can ever make spiritually are those in which are most empowered by our choice. Not somebody else doing it for us. Not somebody else helping us out. Sometimes we do need the help and we need that boost. Absolutely. But the really powerful ones are we're like, you know what? I recognize I may feel like I need the boost, but the reality is that I don't. I have the capacity within me. Now that's not always the most comfortable, most accessible, easiest way to manifest a miracle. But I have noticed that is always the most profound. And it's because we're connecting to our divinity at a really, really core level. So, kind of a long answer to a question, but I hope that was helpful. And thank you so much for your donation, Ashan. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. I hope you enjoyed the session today. City, you kept falling asleep today. I love it. Isn't that funny how the bowls work? Is it sometimes, especially the energies, and that may be something that falling asleep a lot of times is whenever we're approaching energies from we become unconscious. So either the energy is, it's a little too much for us to consciously process in that moment, but we're ready to do it because we're showing up and we're going to do the work. We just need to do the work in a slightly gentler way to our physical system. Sometimes the physical system needs help catching up with our very vivacious energy bodies. So sometimes falling asleep absolutely can bring us to a point of repose. It's interesting too, I'm actually not completely surprised by that today. I will say, if Charleene had any expectations about what today might be, I really thought we were going to come in and whoosh, kind of power through. It's fire, we have this fire in the air. And no, and it started even today too when I was kind of asking for, I know I've shared just briefly with you about the bracelets that I wear, the intentions jewelry. So this is, again, Mother Mary. And it's not just because she's pretty and pink, it matches my pants, but because there is a strength in this very soft feminine that just cuts through everything. And I thought, well, that'll be interesting to see what happens. And that's actually kind of what the bowls did. There was a softness in this very powerful warrior. It's like a peaceful warrior kind of vibe that the bowls were giving off today. And I could feel this level of unconsciousness that would kind of keep coming up. And I think it's because, too, there's a lot of strife. There's a lot of consternation going on in the world around us. And you can't help but feel that in your own lives. And when you see strife or consternation in an outside relationship, remember our outside worlds are actually a reflection of what's going on inside us, whether we're conscious of it or not. So even just witnessing some of these things outside will begin to stimulate energies within us that maybe old cycles that we're like, yeah, you know what, I'm ready to let go of that. Or, oh gosh, it's coming up again. And then the angst and everything else that comes. And sometimes it's so much we're not even aware of it. So there's so many subtle levels. So yeah, so good for you. Sleep, reset. Have you ever noticed how you just, when you doze off, it can even just be for a second. Sometimes you'll wake up and you're just, oh, I'm back. And there's this focused centeredness again that comes. It's that reset. It's almost like the reset button. So good for you. That's a very powerful way to do it. I love it. Thanks for sharing, City. Dorothy, it was like bathing in golden syrup. Oh, of course you would say that. Oh, is that golden syrup with apple crumble cake or... No, I love that, Dorothy. That's so true. And that's interesting because we were talking about bringing in that gold energy at the very end, just to embody, for us to embody, to feel surrounded and wrapped up in. It's very syrupy in that energy. Yeah, that feeling of it. That's so perfect. I love that. Thanks for sharing, Dorothy. That's so great. It's yeah. And for anyone who is not familiar yet with Dorothy, let me tell you about Dorothy. Dorothy joins us from Scotland, and she has shared multiple times about the cakes that she bakes. Now, she says she's not a baker, but anyone who can bake a plum cake and a beautiful apple cinnamony, streusely, crumbly cake, among other things, I think is a baker. So I embrace her bakingness. So, hence the syrup kind of example. I thought it was perfectly described. It's always such a blessing and a joy to be here with you today. Thank you for joining us today. Today is probably has been a rather interesting day for you. If you look back in retrospect, like, yeah, little sparks. I've noticed the little sparks. Or, you know what, you may be able to flow so effortlessly in that flaming space of fire and passion and moving through your own stuff, however you've experienced today and are about to experience today. Let me claim a blessing on it for you. We're just going to claim that today will flow with a concentrated, effortless focusedness that brings you to the state of receptivity for your miracle. All of your miracles. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm excited about this. Tomorrow is the full moon. Great time. This is another thing that why everything is... Oh, it's not tomorrow. It's Sunday. I don't know what day of the week it is, so I'll see you on Sunday. Sunday is the full moon. Today's still Friday. We'll see you Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be demystifying relationships under the full moon. And right now, too, even with as the moon is squaring off to Mars, we're even beginning to feel the effects of that full moon coming in. So everything's becoming illuminated, especially our inner worlds, which is what the moon represents. So today, it's a good day. Let your fire, let it shine, let it be focused, and let it light your path. Until we meet again, my friends, know how very, very loved you are. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Have a beautiful day. Sat Nam.